Oil prices have suffered their biggest fall since the day in 1991 when American forces launched air strikes on Iraqi troops following their invasion of Kuwait. Monday's crash spooked markets that were already freaking out about the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the global economy and demand for oil. Brent crude futures, the global oil benchmark, were down 22%, last trading at $35.45 per barrel. U.S. oil is trading at $33.15 per barrel, a decline of nearly 20%. Why are oil prices crashing? Saudi Arabia, the world's top exporter, launched a price war over the weekend. The move followed the implosion of an alliance between the OPEC cartel, led by Saudi Arabia, and Russia. The kingdom and Russia came together to form the so-called OPEC Plus alliance in 2016 after oil prices plunged to $30 a barrel. Since then, the two leading exporters have orchestrated supply cuts of 2.1 million barrels per day. Saudi Arabia wanted to increase that number to 3.6 million barrels through 2020 to take account of weaker consumption. But Russian President Vladimir Putin, worried about ceding too much ground to American oil producers, refused to go along with the plan, and his energy minister, Alexander Novak, on Friday signaled a fierce battle to come for market share when he said countries could produce as much as they please from April 1. Why did Saudi launch a price war? Simmering differences over how best to manage global oil markets spilled into the open at a meeting between OPEC and Russia in Vienna on Friday. After Russia said it was ditching the alliance, Saudi Arabia warned it would live to regret the decision, sources who attended the meeting told CNN Business. Moscow had become tired of cutting production to stabilize prices and felt that the policy of supply restraint gave more room for U.S. shale companies to grow. Mikhail Leontiev, a spokesperson for Russian state oil company Rosneft, described the OPEC Plus deal as masochism. By yielding our own markets, we remove cheap Arab and Russian oil to clear a place for expensive U.S. shale oil and ensure the effectiveness of its production, he told Russian state media on Sunday. America has become the number one oil producer in the world and is expected to pump about 13 million barrels a day in the first quarter of this year. Over the weekend, Saudi Arabia decided to fight for greater market share by slashing the prices its preferred customers pay by between $4 to $7 a barrel. The kingdom is also reportedly planning to lift production to over 10 million barrels a day. What does coronavirus have to do with all of this? The coronavirus has undermined energy demand worldwide, but especially in China, which is now the number one importer of crude oil, guzzling roughly 10 million barrels a day. Factories have been idled and thousands of flights cancelled around the world as the coronavirus outbreak that began in Wuhan, China, has become a global pandemic. The International Energy Agency said Monday that it expects demand will contract this year for the first time since the recession in 2009 that followed the global financial crisis.